How many pairs of boots and shoes a guy really needs? Well, I would say for the normal person that is not obsessed like I am, 1 or 2 pairs should be okay. But in my humble opinion, I believe 5 pairs is good to cover all the bases. A good canvas sneaker, leather casual sneaker, gym sneaker or running shoe, a dressier option, whether it be a boot or a shoe, an inside shoe for home or when people invite you over. Number 5, a good pair of boots. This is my favorite thing to wear. Again, I'm a little obsessive, but depending on where you live, you might need a 6th option. The winter boot comes to a point where it's cold enough that you don't really think about looking stylish anymore and you just want to be warm and comfortable. Hi, my name is Jonathan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at my footwear collection. I'm going to talk about my experience with trendy footwear, high-end designer boots and leather shoes made by real boot makers. Which are my favorites? Which one I think they're the best? Of course, this is all in my humble opinion because I did not try all the boots and the shoes that exist. And at the end, I'll show you what I have on my wish list in the next year or so. And also, you have to keep in mind that everything I'm going to show you today was accumulated over the years. I do not spend this amount of money in a short period of time. I really take time to buy expensive clothing. And please do share your findings in the comments, as I love discovering new brands. The first thing we're going to talk about, canvas sneaker. The Chuck Taylor 70s is such a classic. The high top is definitely my favorite one. It's just an easy, quick, without thinking about it, casual sneaker that fits with anything. These ones are Puma. I love these sneakers. I've had these ones for 12 years now, and I really take care of my stuff. There's only one little... I was disgusted when that happened. But you know, it's footwear. It's bound to break at some point. It's like a sock kind of sneaker, so you can find plenty of those. It's just that this one, Puma, doesn't make them anymore. This one too, have had for a very long time. They did a collaboration with Polaroid. Got nice sole, and I love the fact that they're leather. Much more resistant, for sure. Love these guys. These ones are Puma again. It's a collaboration with Kid Super Studio in New York. I have no clue why I bought these. And these gotta be my favorites casual sneakers. They're absolutely amazing. Crown Northamptons. They're all made by hand in England. And I love this little touch here. There's a handwriting in your shoe. They're the most comfortable sneakers I've ever worn. And the reason why I bought these is because of the YouTube show Rose Ansville, the guy that cuts the shoe in half, and he was saying that this one was one of the best sneakers he's ever cut in half. So I decided to try it for myself. I've had this for 5 years. Can't be more happy with this. Next one is a good running shoe. I got Nike and Adidas. I just like the way they look. I don't really care about the brand. And obviously you want them to be comfortable when you run. But my sport is climbing. So I have those funny little looking ballerina shoes. Now for the dressier style shoes or boot. There's some that can fit into 2 categories. This for me, I find it very casual, but it is easy to dress up. This brand is called Officine Creative. It's made in Italy by hand. This is a stitch down built. That means that the leather is kind of flipped, sewed to the upper of the sole. This is only stacked leather. So I do need to put some rubber on them because I'm gonna ruin them if I keep. These are derbies from Crockett's and Jones. I have a love-hate relationship. Well, I hate them, but these are really well built and high quality shoes. My only problem is when the guy sold them to me, the guy told me that as long as my heel was resting perfectly here, was aligned with the back of the shoe, the rest was gonna take care of itself. I've heard that so many times. Oh, don't worry, this is gonna stretch. So don't do the mistake I made of putting $1,200 on a shoe that never fitted me. Yes, leather's gonna stretch and leather's gonna mold to your foot. However, there's different kinds of leather. There's like super soft leather and there's super, well, like much harder leather. So these, you can take a really snug fit. They're like slippers. But these ones, of course, you're gonna have to break them in, and breaking a leather pair of shoes is not comfortable. But this part is not gonna stretch that much. So if you're just standing there and it hurts your feet, it's not good. don't buy them. For some reason, I let the guy convince me that it was gonna be fine at some point, but the be fine at some point was my toes turning into one big toe all smushed together. I tried to wear them for a full year. Unfortunately, I have too much of a wide foot for this. I took care of them super well and they're going on the chopping block. So these loafers I consider as well as being dressier. These are old version of the Todds. I think they call them the driver. If you look, the suede goes under as well. There's just this little rubber. These things are super comfortable, but they're shit. Like super quick, you're gonna go through the rubber and go through the leather. It's meant to be driving a car and not walking that much. Or if you have a yacht, well, you could wear that on your yacht. Now let's talk about inside shoes. I recently picked up these Mule from Birkenstock. I believe, I apologize if I'm gonna offend anyone, I do believe that these things are one of the ugliest shoe ever made. Although they're a classic, they've been around for a very long time, since the 70s. I was just so curious about everybody saying, oh my God, they're so comfortable. So I just wanted to buy a pair and see it for myself. However, I did not pay full price for them. I actually paid 50% off, so 100 instead of 200. I would have never paid $200 for ugly shoes like this. Never. Again, I'm sorry if I offend you. I don't think you'll catch me wearing that outside. I don't think it's possible, but they are very, very comfortable. Super easy, slip in, slip out. Another perfect inside shoe, although these will be the last one I buy, the Tums. My problem is, look at this part here. This is only this summer and they're already ripping. It used to be, you see this pair is, you're gonna say, yeah, well, it's too. However, this is 5 years old. This ripped after a couple of years. It didn't rip after half a summer walking with them. So they've become really, really cheap. And obviously, like everything else, much more expensive. I used to pay 50 bucks for them. Now they're $100. So I'm not gonna be buying these anymore. Oh, I completely forgot. The slippers. Hugs make leather slippers. I love them. They're super comfortable. I only wear that inside as well. And I love the tabby socks. You know, they're just perfect. Now boots, my favorite part. My favorite part in the whole world. Boots, 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 and boots. I like almost every style of boots. I absolutely love how cowboy boots look. However, I bought a real cowboy boot, not like a fashion or designer. This is a proper, and they're stiff as hell. I mean, it's a work boot, but it was made to be a work boot. And obviously I am the furthest thing from a cowboy. I don't find them that comfortable. Chelsea style boot. Like I mentioned before, this is a stitched down built. These gotta be my favorite ones right now. It just sucks because when you wear Japanese denim, you have to roll them up. You can't let it break on the shoe because you're gonna ruin them. Now I know that some of you are gonna say, Jonathan, these are ladies. I don't care. These has to be one of the most comfortable things I've ever worn. I mostly use them inside when it gets like minus 20, minus 30, minus 40. This is the way I found of staying warm. They're amazingly comfortable. The only thing that I don't like is the stitch right here is very, very weak. I just slipped in my foot and it just broke. The skin that actually ripped. Since I'm only wearing them inside, I don't really care. These boots are another Italian brand, Premiata. It's a Goodyear built, super well made, very fancy boot. Little zipper here. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I'm completely obsessed with Japanese denim. And they were like little leather tabs here and one broke. So I just decided I fixed it with denim. You can fix anything with denim. So these boots, I bought them through the website Essence. The sole is made out of leather, so it's very, very slippery. I should have had some rubber sole glued before starting wrecking the leather, but life happens. And I wear my Japanese denim with those. And as you can see here, the discoloration of a little bit of blue. I never washed them, but I don't think this is not coming out. But since they're dark, I don't care. These are the most expensive boots I've ever bought. If you know Visvim brand from Japan, you know what I'm talking about. These are the Wabanaki Folk boots in the brown colorway. Goodyear welt, very, very good rubber sole. I absolutely love these boots and they're super hard to find. I've had them for 3 years. Little details, you know, like the Visvim branding like this is just so beautiful. Kind of in between engineer and a cowboy boot. That's what I liked about it. I thought since this part here was wider that I wouldn't have any problem. And on the website, they were saying that it was true to fit and I trusted them. The leather is suede. It's fine, that stretches. But the toe cap is up to here. Toe cap don't stretch. And I've had the same problem with those that I had with those. Unfortunately, I was not able to send these back and I knew when I purchased them. Thinking that true to size would mean, but you could be a 8.5, a little bigger, a little bit smaller. I was so pissed. I worn them for about a year as well in hopes that they were gonna stretch. I love the way they look, but they just hurt my feet. So these are going for sale as well, unfortunately. From my personal experience, I should have gone 1/2 point higher. These are 8.5. I definitely should have gone for 9. And finishing with my ever favorite, these are the best boot I've ever worn. Super comfortable, insanely well made. This is Viberg from Canada, 270 Goodyear welt, day-night rubber sole, and the flap is sewn halfway up the boot, so it's super waterproof as well. These boots, they just fit with anything. I love how they look. It's a modern take on the army service boot. I think a cheaper alternative that would be good for this one is the Red Wings. Red Wings make service boots that are very beautiful and they're, I think, even more than half the price of these. I tried a bunch of other style of boots. I've worn the Bloodstone to shreds. I love these boots. It's just that you see them everywhere. I don't know, I think it's lacking originality. Everyone's wearing the same thing. I tried also the Cheka style boot and I really did not like this. It's just a weird hybrid between a boot and a shoe. It's like not sure what to be. I never liked how they looked on me, as well as the muck toe. The muck toe boot is beautiful. However, I'm a small guy, so me wearing muck toe boot makes me look like I have the feet of Hobbit. And what's on my wish list for this year? Well, there's the hiking boots by Viberg that I was looking at that I think are absolutely gorgeous, and I think I would like to add those to my collection. There's another one also that I really like, the Gucci loafers. I love the dark brown. Also, I just found out about this brand from Japan, Hender Scheme, and they have this slip-on loafer style shoe with a rope detail on it that I absolutely love. These are the 3 that I'm looking at for 2026. At some point, I'm gonna pull the trigger on something. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.